Hey, you all. Welcome to the show. I'm Andres. Yup, I said it. Look, I want to talk about the Republican debates last night. I'm sure a lot of you had a chance to watch it. I did have a chance to watch it. Didn't even know it was going to be happening, but managed to catch it at the beginning. So that's cool. Just want to share a little bit of my thoughts about it. There was a lot of, actually, before I do that, I want you guys to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait for a minute because I don't know if you did you like and subscribe? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your like and subscribe. I really do. So the debates, man, just a bunch of arguing, basically. What I noticed is that the attacks on Donald Trump are real in the Republican Party still. Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, the usual warmongers, Mike Pence, Pennis the Menace. But I did hear a lot of pretty interesting things. I heard some great ideas coming from each Republican, except for the war in Ukraine. This is where we are completely divided. I believe the American people don't want war. I know that most people don't want war because of the cost of it. We have a lot of situations here in the United States of America that need attention, like immediate attention, like a decade ago. And to jump right to aid to another country is it's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face. It's actually disgusting that we just ignore the things that are happening here. But look, I want to show you a couple of clips. It was hard to get something where they weren't arguing back and forth. You could actually hear people speak. I think DeSantis did a pretty good job. I believe he's strong on policy. He just doesn't have the room presence like Donald Trump. Trump, of course, wasn't there. I don't blame him, because at this point, why does he need to be there? He didn't get a fair term. They spied on his campaign and they stole the election. I don't care what people had to say about that. That's my opinion. All right. So here we go. Let me jump right in.
Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump was not on the debate stage, and for a second time, one major question hung over the night: whether anyone could or would do anything to change the trajectory of this race. With Mr. Trump dominating the contest in both the national polls and the early states, tonight's debate could very well have been the Republican field's last best chance to dent Trump's momentum. Well, with the debate wrapping up at the Ronald Reagan Library in Simi Valley, California, it appears Trump's grip on the race isn't going anywhere anytime soon, even as we did see some standout moments from the stage and an overall strong performance by Senator Tim Scott. Still, overall, what we saw tonight was a stage full of candidates trying to aggressively at times rise from the pack, but struggling over each other to do so. Take a listen to this moment, which starts as an exchange between Tim Scott and Vivek Ramaswamy and devolves into a cacophony of candidates.
We think about the fact that Vivek just said we were all good people, and I appreciate that, because last debate he said we were all bought and paid for. And I thought about that for a little while and said, I can't imagine how you could say that knowing that you were just in business with the Chinese Communist Party and the same people that funded Hunter Biden millions of dollars was a partner of yours as well. It's not nonsense.
So look, here's what I want to respond. These are good people who are tainted by a broken system, and it's not the fault of anybody who's involved.
Some of us are tainted.
Excuse me. Thank you for speaking while I'm interrupting while I'm speaking.
You said
if I may finish.
You can't be on both sides.
Gentlemen, you'll have your turn.
One of the challenges,
we should please focus on the issues that matter. We know we did business in China. Everybody knows that.
If I may address,
focus on holding Joe Biden accountable. That's what we need to be focusing on.
I actually agree with Ron DeSantis, and I will say something.
I think you have more than time to explain your point.
Well, I was interrupted by a lot of people here, and I want to be respectful because I believe these
you
are
were
good
respectful
people,
last debate.
but I do not believe in these. We're sitting here in the Reagan Library.
Yes, I wish you
in
did
the
not
honor
think it was
of
midnight
Ronald
in
Reagan's
America.
library. If I may, from one admirer of Ronald Reagan to another, from one admirer of Reagan to another, we cannot sit here and violate
4 years ago.
This isn't productive.
I want to hear about that.
Let's have a policy debate.
What's going on?
Let us have a policy debate.
I got to say, like I said, the only thing I disagree with is the war in Ukraine. Like cutting taxes, putting family first, operate in the United States like a successful business. I agree with all that. But when you start to talk about Ukraine, some of these people are like Vivek Ramaswamy said, they're bought and paid for. They really are. And I don't know if they understand how many people are actually paying attention to this. I don't think there's a way for them to really know that. But there's a lot of folks tuning in, and they feel the same exact way. We don't want war. We don't want to keep paying for a war that can keep on going for who knows when. Who knows how long. So it just doesn't work, okay? We don't want another Iraq. People just don't want that. They don't want to send their kids. I know my son's 12. I don't want to send him to war. I'm never going to do it. We'll stand and defend the United States. How about that? So, as I said before, a lot of the ideas that the Republicans had other than that, I think were solid. Besides attacking Donald Trump, this is what Chris Christie makes his living, and that's how he gets to buy all his donuts. But I just don't agree with it. They're attacking each other. I said, they should be putting ideas together, and they should not be funding wars. I don't know why the message isn't clear. I'm pretty sure that they know the American people do not want that. But since they're bought and paid for, they have to sell it to us. And we're tired of that.
Donald Trump is missing in action. He should be on this stage tonight. He owes it to you to defend his record where they added $7.8 trillion to the debt. That set the stage for the inflation that we have.
Donald Trump should be here to answer for that, but he's not. And I want to look at that camera right now and tell you, Donald, I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Florida's new Black History curriculum says, quote, slaves develop skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. You have said slaves develop skills in spite of slavery, not because of it. But many are still hurt. For descendants of slaves, this is personal. What is your message to them?
So first of all, that's a hoax that was perpetrated by Kamala Harris. We are not going to be doing that.
There is not a redeeming quality in slavery. He and Kamala should have just taken the one sentence out. Black families survived slavery. We survived poll taxes and literacy tests. We survived discrimination being woven into the laws of our country. What was hard to survive was Johnson's Great Society, where they decided to put money, where they decided to take the black father out of the household to get a check in the mail, and you can now measure that in unemployment, in crime, in devastation. If you want to restore hope, you've got to restore the family, restore capitalism, and put Americans back at work together as one American family. Our nation continues to go in the right direction. It's why I can say I have been discriminated against, but America is not a racist country. Never, ever doubt who we are. We are the greatest country on God's green earth. And frankly, the city on the hill needs a brand new leader. And I'm asking for your vote.
Now, unlike the first debate where Vivek Ramaswamy was able to get under the skin of some of his fellow candidates, the rest of the stage hit back tonight hard. Take a listen to an answer Ramaswamy gave on TikTok and the aggressive response from Nikki Haley.
You joined TikTok after dinner with boxer and influencer Jake Paul. Should the commander-in-chief be so easily persuaded by an influencer?
So the answer is I have a radical idea for the Republican Party. We need to win elections. And part of how we win elections is reaching the next generation of young Americans.
This is infuriating because TikTok is one of the most dangerous social media apps that we could have. And what you've got, I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say. Because I can't believe that here you've got a TikTok situation. What they're doing is these 150 million people are on TikTok. That means they can get your contacts, they can get your financial information, information. They can get your emails. They can
Let me
get
just say,
text messages. They can
hurling-
get all of
this
these
is important.
things.
This is
China
very important
knows
for our party.
exactly what they're
This
doing.
is very important
and
for
what
our
we've
party,
seen
and I'm going to
is
say
you've gone and you've
we
helped
should
China
stop.
make
We
medicines
will-
in China, not
Excuse me.
America.
Excuse
You're
me.
now wanting kids to go and get on the social media that's dangerous for all of us. You went and you were in business with the Chinese that gave Hunter Biden $5 million. We can't trust you. We
So
can't
let me-
trust you.
let
We
me say
can't have
something.
TikTok in
I
our
think
kids'
that
lives.
So yeah, a lot of bickering, a lot of going back and forth. Hard to understand what anybody was saying, but it seems that they really don't like Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm guessing. My opinion is that it's because he's already a billionaire. Basically, well, he's already made a great success. Okay, on his own. Never been a politician. Sound familiar? Well, I think those are the same reasons why they hate Trump, because he's not bought and paid for. They didn't want to let him talk because he's just sharp, bro. Like, he would slice these people down very quickly, and that's why all 3 or 4 of them just try to shut him up. So in my opinion, I'd give it to Vivek just because I know and I've been watching him and I understand what he wants to do, and I get his policies and I agree with them. I don't agree that funding Ukraine is best for anybody. Okay, I really don't. When you understand who the Ukrainian people are, then you can get that. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. That's all I really have for you right now. Until next time, I definitely appreciate you and I love you guys.